But what about the people who completely ignore this chain? What about the people on the internet who scream that his real name is Yahusha or Yahawashi, Yahawasha, or various variants of that? Where do those names come from? And why are they grammatically impossible? I'm going to take you through the history of these names. We're going to put it under a microscope. We're going to look at the Hebrew grammar, and we are going to utterly destroy it. We've established that the Father's name was historically pronounced as Yahweh through multiple attestation, multiple sources, ancient sources. We have destroyed the medieval mistake of Jehovah, the internet fabrication of Yahuwah. Now let's look at Yahusha. What about Yahusha? Dorito says, thanks for talking about this. I appreciate it. Thank you. Qbert says 100%. Thank you, Qberts. If you encounter the sacred namers or certain groups, without mentioning certain groups, they will tell you that Yeshua is a Jewish conspiracy and Jesus is a pagan sun god and the only true authentic password, magical incantation that you have to somehow chant, phonetically pronounce, is the name of Yahusha or Yahawashi or Yahawashai, probably about a few dozen different variations of that. These names are 100% made up. They are grammatical nightmares. They are modern inventions created by people who do not actually know how to read or speak ancient Hebrew. Let's start with Yahusha. This, unfortunately, has gotten popular in recent years. Where do they get this from? It goes back to the psychological need that we talked about. This need to have a secret key that the rest of the Christian world doesn't have. These groups desperately want the Father's exact name to be mashed in front of the Son's name. They think if the Father is Yahuwah, then the Son must start with Yahoo. So they take Yahoo and slap a Shah at the end of it. And they say, well, there you go. It's Yahusha. It's the salvation of Yahoo. Sounds like a neat little math equation, right? The problem is, it is dead wrong. Hebrew is not English. You cannot just play Legos with Hebrew syllables. Hebrew is a root-based language. I'll say it again. Hebrew is a root-based language. Almost every word is built on a three-letter root consonant. You'll see this even in Strong's Concordance. If you look up some of the Hebrew words in Strong's Concordances, from the root, this root, always root. The name of the name of the Messiah is based on the root verb yasha. This is yud shin ayin, which means to save or to deliver. When you combine the divine name with the word yasha, you get Yehoshua. A phonetic rule kicks in. It's called the propatonic vowel reduction. Let me explain how. We'll explain this as clearly as possible. When you build a long word in Hebrew, the accent or the stress moves to the end of the word. Because the stress moves to the end, the vowels at the beginning of the word get rushed. They get shortened. So even though the divine name has an ah sound in it, like Yah, when you attach it to the front of a long name like Yahushua, the Yah reduces to a Ye, Y-E. This is an unbreakable law of biblical Hebrew phonetics. It happens everywhere. This is why the prophet's name is not Yahu Maria, as in Yeremiyahu, as in Jeremiah. It's the same. The king is not Yahushaphat. It's Yehoshaphat. When these internet groups insist on saying Yahusha, they are forcefully shoving a long vowel into an unstressed syllable where it grammatically cannot exist. It is a linguistic Frankenstein. Furthermore, where does the Shah come from in their version? They drop the letter ayin from the root word yasha. You cannot just delete a letter from a Hebrew root verb and expect it to mean the same thing. If I take the English word save, S-A-V-E, and I just decide to delete the V because I like how S-A-E sounds better. So it's no longer the word save. It's gibberish. Yahusha is grammatical gibberish. It does not exist. I'll say this again. It does not exist in any Hebrew manuscript. Zero. None. It was invented. Here's a graphic. We have on top the root yasha, to save. Underneath Yahusha, it breaks the root structure. Breaks the root structure. Now let's look at even more extreme example. Yahawashi. You will typically hear this from certain camps, certain groups, especially in the West, if you will. They stand on the street corners, shout, and this is the true name of the Messiah. Where does Yahawashi come from? It comes from an entirely invented modern dialect of Hebrew that they call Lashawan Kadash, Q-A-D-A-S-H. That means the holy tongue. Here's the shocking fact about the Lashawan Kadash. It's entirely made up. The founders of this movement looked at the ancient Hebrew and which didn't have written vowels, and they made an arbitrary, bizarre rule. They decided that only vowel sounds that existed in original Hebrew were the ah sound and the e sound. Now, this is all, folks, this is all presumption. It's based upon pride. I know better. Where's the historical evidence for this? Making stuff up. Let that sink in. They claim that an entire language functioned with basically one or two vowel sounds. So they take the name Yahushua and they strip out all the vowels, the real vowels, and they replace it with only two vowels, either ah or e, an a or an I. So Yahushua becomes Yahawashi. There is not a single linguist, not a single historian, or ancient manuscript on the face of the earth that supports this. It is a linguistic fantasy. No Semitic language, not the Aramaic, not the Arabic, not even Akkadian, not Ugaritic, not Hebrew, functions without a full spectrum of vowels. If you only use ah sounds, you destroy the ability to tell the difference between a noun, a verb, a male, a female, past tense, future tense, etc. Let me show you how ridiculous this is in English. Imagine if I told you that the pure original English language only use the letter A. So, the phrase, quote, the big dog bit the little boy, would become the, T-H-A, the bag, dag, dat, that, latala, bay. It's the same thing. It's like taking the sentence, the big dog bit the little boy, and making it the bag, dag, bat, the, latla, bay. That's exactly what they're doing with the Hebrew language. It's a complete butchering of the text to support a tribal elitist theology. They want a secret password that proves they are true, the true chosen people,